Hello. Okay, a very good morning to all of you. Now we have assembled on the second day of this 7-day textual workshop on Abhidhammatthasan gaha. And we have with us Professor Bimalendra Kumar, who has already spoken to you yesterday on the first part of the lecture 1. Before we formally invite him to deliver his lecture or continue his lecture, let him felicitate with Saul and Mala. So I would request Dr. Baleshwar Prasad Yadav to please felicitate him. So, as you know, Professor Bimalendra Kumar needs no introduction. He is authority on Pali and Buddhism, and we have already read his bio note yesterday. So now I would directly invite him to please begin and deliver his lecture. Thank you. ये कर दूं?
यहाँ से तो होगा नहीं है, बस आगे बढ़ा दीजिए इसको। कल जहाँ खत्म हो गया था और आगे। हाँ, बस यही रहने दीजिए। हाँ, बैक कर दीजिए। फुल स्क्रीन कर दीजिएगा। अभी नहीं हो रहा। Sometimes technical problems. So welcome to the second day. Welcome to the second day of our lecture. So yesterday we have already discussed about the Kama Vachar Chitta. We have already discussed the 54 types of Kama Vachar Chitta. We had discussed 12 types of Akusal Chetsik, 18 types of Hetuka Chitta, and 24 types of Sohan Chitta. So we have discussed that how our mind is luminous and pure by its nature. It is also called about the consciousness that it is luminous and pure by nature. In Anguttara Nikaya, it has been said that Pakati Pabhasaram idam chittam tam cha khoi agantukvehi upkilitam. That our consciousness is pure and luminous, and it is being defiled by incoming inward defiling factors. And it is also said that satta chitta sankilesa sankilisanti, that the human beings are being suffering with defiling factors. Chit bodhana satta visujanti, and whenever our consciousness is being purified, our consciousness is also becomes pure. So, in the Kamavachar Bhumi, a Jogavachar tries to purify his consciousness. And we have seen that our consciousness in the Kamavachar Bhumi, it is unsteady and it is not staying at one place. And in Dhampad, it has been said, Handanam Chapalam Chittam Durakham Dunivaryam. that our consciousness is unsteady, it is very difficult to control it. So in Kamavachar Chitta, our all 54 types of consciousness, they are having unsteady nature. They do not stay at one place. So Jagavachar tries to control his consciousness. He tries to purify his consciousness, and he moves towards the stage of Rupavachar Bhumi. We have already discussed that what is Rupavachar. Roop is ban akar sampannam ti rupam. That alambana, the objects which we have already discussed, there are 6 kinds of objects, namely Roop, Sad, Gandh, Ras, Potabba and Dhammayatana. These objects which are unsteady, they do not stay at one place. They are moving from one place to another place within a single moment of time. We have seen that how a simile of monkey has been compared with the movement of our consciousness also. That just like a monkey moves from one branch of the tree to the another branch of tree within a single moment of time, our consciousness also moves from one place to another place. So here in Rupavachar Bhumi, the objects which are Rup, Sad, Gandha, Ras, Potabba and Dhamma, Yatana, we have to control it. And when a Yogavachar finds that its objects are unsteady, he also finds that there are 5 types of Nivarnas. We see that there are 5 types of Nivarnas. Back कर दीजिएगा थोड़ा सा. Here, right side, you will find that there are 5 types of Nivarnas. They are Kamachand, Vyapad, Thenimid, Udhach Kukuch, and Vichikicha. These are. No, not Nivaran. They are called as hindrances. Hindrances. Those which hindrances or Nivarnas are those immoral states or factors which put obstacle in the path of concentrations. It has been defined as nivaranti pariyondhanti na chittam samadhiyutam ti nivaranam. That nivarnas are those immoral factors which put obstacle in the path of concentration or samadhi. So they are 6 in number: Kamchand, Vyapad, Thinimid, Udashkukuch and Vichikicha. Let us discuss in a very brief manner what is Kamchand. Kamchand is made up of 2 words, Kam and Chand. Chand means desire. Kam is the Indriya Janita Sukha. So where there is a desire for sensual pleasure or pleasure which is being experienced by our 5 or 6 senses, this is called as Kamchand. Second is Vyapad. Vyapado ti doso ti par vinas chinta. A desire to harm others. It functions in 9 ways. That someone is harming me, in the present I will harm him. Someone has harmed my relatives in the past, I will harm him. Someone will harm me in the future also, I will harm him. So this type of antipathy or hatred, it functions in 9 ways. So this Vyapad is that a desire to harm others, par vinas chinta, is called as Vyapad. Third is called as Thin Mid. Thin is the sloth, Mid is the torpor. Chitas akalyatati thinam, chetasikas akalyatati midham. Idleness related with the consciousness is called as chit, and idleness related with the psychic factors, chetasikas, they are called as midh. Again, there is a next is udhach kukuch. Udhach means that is the worry and flurry. Iti tato dhavanam ti udhacham. That roaming of mind from one place to another place, this is called as udhach. In another way, this is the distraction of mind. Second is kukuch. In Sanskrit, it is called as kokritya. That is the what should be done and what should not be done. Katanu katanam sochanam ti kukucham. This is the udhach and kukuch. Last is the vichikicha. Vichikitsha is the dot related with the Buddha, Dham and Sangha, 10 types of precepts. In Pali, it has been defined Satthari Kankhati Vichikitchati, Dhamme Kankhati Vichikitchati, Sanghe Kankhati Vichikitchati, Das Sikha Pad Kankhati Vichikitchati. So, dot related with the Buddha, Dham and Sangha and 10 types of precepts, this is called as Vichikitsha. These are the 5 types of nivarnas, or they are called hindrances, which are putting obstacle in the path of concentrations. So a yogavachar tries to remove these 5 types of hindrances, and they are called as jhanangas. Jhanangas are the factors of the concentration. Jhan is, in Sanskrit it is called as dhyan. In Pali, jhan has been defined jhapeti ti jhanam, that which burns or extinguishes. This is called as dhyan. In Pali, there is another term, samadhi. Samadhi is the name of one pointedness of moral consciousness. But here, jhan or dhyan is in the sense of that which burns or extinguishes, that which removes the 5 types of hindrances or nivarnas in a very smooth manner. They are namely vitak, vichar, piti, sukh and ekaggata. These are the 5 factors of the concentrations or jhana. They remove the kamachand, vyapad, thinmid, udaj, kokach. Let us discuss in a very brief manner what is vitak. Vitakka is the initial application of minds towards the object. Alambane chittasya abhiniropan lakhanoti vitakko. That it has the application of minds towards the object. Second is vichar. It is the sustaining of minds towards the object. In English, it has been sustained thought, and vitak is the applied thought. Second, vichar has been defined alambane chittasya anumanjan lakhanoti vicharo, that it has the characteristics of sustaining of minds towards the object. The difference between vitak and vichar can be understood by 2 examples. Ringing of the bell is called as vitak, and vibration of the sound, that is called as vichar. Again, a bird wants to fly in the sky, flapping of the wings. This is called as vitak, and coming into a sky of a bird, this is called as vichar. So, difference between vitak and vichar: one is the application of minds, second is the sustaining of minds towards the object. That is why it is called alambane chittasya abhiniropana. That is the application of mind. Alambane chittasya anumanjana, that is the sustaining of minds on the object. Second is the piti, third. Piti is a thrill of pleasant sensation. Prinayati iti piti. And next is the sukh. Sukh is the composure of mind within the body and mind. This is called as sukh. The piti and sukh can be understood by another example. You can understand that piti is the in anticipation of getting any happiness, or you can say good news. This is called as piti. That whenever you hear the news of any good thing, this is called as a thrill of pleasant sensation. Whenever our hairs of the body are erected, this is thrill of pleasant sensation. They are also 5 in number: ubegga piti, khanika piti. So there are 5 types of piti also. Sukh is the whenever the happiness or pleasant sensation which is sustained through the body as well as the mind also. This is called as sukh. Chit chet sikas abhivyapanam ti sukham. So that is the difference between the piti and sukh. One example can be understood, that a person who is on the path of desert and he becomes very much thirsty and he is not in a position to move, he is very much tired. After some time, he finds that there is another person who is coming from the opposite direction, and he finds that that person is his hairs are wet, the water drops are coming down, his clothes are wet. Now the person who is thirsty, he finds that there is a pond nearby from where this person is coming and his hairs are wet. This is the thrill of pleasant sensations that now I will get the water. I will drink the water. In anticipation of getting anything, this is called as priti. And that person goes to the pond, he drinks the water, he takes the bath, and his body and mind becomes satisfied. This is called as sukha. So difference between piti and sukha can be understood by this example. Ekaggata is ekodi bhavo. That ekag bhavo is one pointedness on any object. This is called as ekaggata. So these are the 5 types of concentrations or the jhan through which 5 kinds of nivarnas, which are putting obstacle in the path of concentrations, they can be removed. So here see, through the ekaggata, kama chand is being removed. Because desire for sensual pleasure, until unless we do not have one pointedness, we cannot remove the kama chand. In the same way, by sukh, udhach kukuch, that is the worry and flurry and brooding over the mind, these can be removed. And through the priti, vyapad, hatred to antipathy or hatred or antipathy, it can be removed by our priti, that is the pleasant sensation. And through the vichar, vichikitcha, the doubt related with the buddha, dham and sangha, this can be removed. And through the vitak, our thin mid, that is the sloth and torpor, can be removed. So this is the 5 types of concentrations through which we can concentrate in the rupa vachar bhumi. Rupa vachar, rupe avacharti iti rupa vacharam. So a yoga vachar, there are 5 types of concentrations through which he tries to control his consciousness, or he tries to purify his consciousness. So there are 5 types of jhanangas. First of all, vitak, vichar, piti, sukh, ekakta, sahitam, patham, jhanam. Second slide. Digvijay. Next. So here you see there are 5 stages of concentration. So you will find that in the first stage of jhana, patham jhana, there are 5 types of jhanangas: vitak, vichar, piti, sukh, and ekaggata. In the second stage, vitaks, that is the applied thought, becomes absent. Only the vichar, piti, sukh, ekaggata, sahitam, dutiya jhanam. Then in the third stage, again there is no need of vitak and vichar. Only the piti, sukh, and ekaggata. This is the requirement, and that is why it is called as piti, sukh, ekaggata, sahitam, tatiya jhanam. In the fourth stage, we find that there is also no need of piti. Only sukh, ekaggata, sahitam, chatut jhanam. And again in the fifth stage, that is the upekha, ekaggata, sahitam, pancham jhanam. So this is the 5 stages of concentrations. A yogavachar tries the moral things, that is the kusala. And if a yogavachar does the moral actions, he has also resultant of that moral actions. So there are 5 types of vipak chit in the rupa vachar bhimi also. These 5 types are the kusal chit in rupa vachar bhumi, and there are 5 types of resultant consciousness in the rupa vachar bhumi. And for the kriya chit, there are 5 stages: vitak, vichar, piti, sukh, ekta, sahitam, patham jhanam; vichar, piti, sukh, ekta, sahitam, dutiya jhanam; piti, sukh, ekta, sahitam, tatiya jhanam; sukh, ekta, sahitam, chatut jhanam; upekha, ekta, sahitam, pancham jhanam. So these are the 5 stages of kusal, 5 stages of vipak, 5 types of kriya chit in the rupa vachar bhimi, mix all together 15 types of rupa vachar consciousness chit. So if you go through the text, you will find that in the study we had seen that come to the text, then it will be more clear. So here on the page number 29, you will find Rupa Vachar. Page number 26, you will find Rupa Vachar Kusal Chittani. You see, Bitak Vichar Piti Sukhekta Sahitam Patham Jhanam Kusal Chittam Pitta Vichar Piti Sukhekta Sahitam Dutiya Jhanam Piti Sukhekta Sahitam Tatiya Jhanam Kusal Chitta Sukhekta Sahitam Chatut Jhanam and Upekha Ekta Sahitam. These are the 5 types of Rupa Vachar Kusal Chitta. Again, 5 types of Vipak Chitta. In the next page 29, you will find there are 5 types of Rupa Vachar Vipak Chitta. And again, Rupa Vachar Kriya Chittani, they are 5 in number. So altogether, in the last you will find Panchadha Jhana Vedena, Rupa Vachar Manasam, Punya Pak Kriya Veda Tam Panchasadha Bhave. So on the basis of 5 types of jhana, that is the Vitak, Vichar, Piti, Sukha and Ekaggata, Rupa Vachar Manasam, in the sphere of the Rupa Vachar Bhumi, Punya Pak Kriya, that is the moral, resultant and inoperative consciousness, they are Panchasada Bhave. They are 15 types of Rupa Vachar Chitta. Now we are coming to Arupa Vachar. So here a Yoga Vachar, a recluse, tries to control his mind. He has removed the 5 types of Nivarnas, namely Kamachand, Vyapad, Thinimidh, Udach, Kukuch and Vichkitsha. Now he moves towards the object which do not have form and color. They are called as Arupa Vachar Bhumi. Arupa Vachar Bhumi, that Arup is that object which do not have any form and color. They are Anantakas, beyond the perception. Where there is the perception, there is no perceptions. So they are 4 in number, namely Akasanchayatan, Bhyananchayatan, Akinchayatan, Nev Sanya, Na Sanya Aitan. Next slide जरा सा दिखला जी, देख भैया जी, next slide जरा सा. So see, there are 4 types of our Arupa Vachar Chitta. Arupe avacharti iti arupa vachar chitta. That is a consciousness which moves in the realm of the object which do not have form and color. This is called as arupa vachar chitta. There are 4 types of arupa objects, namely akasanchayatan, bhyananchayatan, akinchayatan, nev sanya, na sanyayatana. So in Rupa Vachar, we have seen that a Yoga Vachar has removed the 5 types of Nivarnas, and his consciousness has become purified, but not totally. So they are now again Yoga Vachar tries to concentrate his mind on the 4 objects, that is the Akas and Chaitan. Aitan means base. He thinks about the objects, that is the Anantakas, infinite sky, and he thinks about the infinite sky, and that consciousness is called as Akas and Chayatana. Again, after thinking of infinite sky, he thinks that sky is nothing but the whole things rest in beyond, that is the consciousness. So he thinks about his consciousness, that this infinite consciousness is the whole thing which he tries to control his mind or consciousness on the beyond, and that base becomes the beyond in Chaitan, that he Yogavachar tries to concentrate his mind on the beyond. Third is the Akinchayatana, that it is perceptions which do not have any, you can say, dust. So he thinks about this, the objective, which do not have any form and color, and he thinks over the Akinchayatana, and that concentration is called as Akinchayatana. And the last is called as Nev Sanya, Na Sanya Ayatana, that where there is no perception, Sangya, or there is the perception. Nev Sanya, neither there is a perceptions, nor there is not perceptions. So he thinks about the objects where there is the no perceptions and nor there is not perceptions. So this is called as Nev Sanya, Nasanya, Aitan. And Yogavachar tries to concentrate his mind on the Nev Sanya, Nasanya, Aitan. Aitan is here on the base. So in Arupavachar, a Yogavachar tries to perform the moral consciousness or moral actions. So they are four in number. So Arupavachar Chit, they are four: Akasanchaitan, Vyananchaitan, Akinchaitan, Nev Sanyaitan. And then if he does moral actions, there is the resultant of the moral actions also. And they are called as Vipaka Chit, Rupavachar, Vipaka Chit, namely Akasanchaitan, Vyananchaitan, Akinchaitan, Nev Sanya, Nasanyaitan. And for the Arhat or the Buddha, there is the Kriya Chit. They are called as Arupavachar Kriya Chit, namely Akasanchaitan, Vyananchaitan, Akinchaitan, Nev Sanyaitan. Altogether, there are 12 types of Arupavachar Chit. So now come to the text, then you will find that it starts Arupavachar Kusala Chittani. Akasanchaitan Kusala Chittam, Vyananchaitan Kusala Chittam, Akinchaitan Kusala Chittam, Nev Sanya, Nasanya Aitan Kusala Chittenti, Imani Chattari Arupavachar Kusala Chittam. So these are the four types of Arupavachar Kusala Chitt. Again, there are Vipaka Chitt Arupavachar, Akasanchaitan Vipaka Chittam, Vyananchaitan Vipaka Chittam, Akinchaitan Vipaka Chittam, and Nev Sanya, Nasanya Aitan Vipaka Chittam, Imani Chattari. These are the four types of Arupavachar Vipaka Chit. Again, for the Kriya Chit, there are four types of Arupavachar Kriya Chit. Lastly, you will find there is a verse given by Acharya. Aniruddha Alamban Pavadena Chatudha Rupa Manasam Punya Pak Kriya Bheda Puna Dwadasa Hitam. Alamban Pavadena, by the kinds of the Alambana, namely Akasanchaitan, Vyananchaitan, Akinchaitan, Nev Sanya, Nasanyaitan, Chatudha Rupa Manasam. There are four kinds of Arupa. Punya Paka Kriya Bheda, by the kinds of the moral, resultant and inoperative consciousness. Punah Dwadasta Hitam. There are 12 types of Arupavachar, Kusal, Vipak and Kriya Chit. Now we are coming to the last Lokuttar Chit. So here Arupavachar Chit, a Yogavachar tries to perform or concentrate his consciousness on the objects which do not have form and color. Now he finds that his consciousness has been controlled and it has been purified. Now he moves towards the Lokuttar Chit. This Kamavachar Chit, Rupavachar Chit and Arupavachar Chit, they are called as Lokiya Chit. Lokiya means the consciousness which moves in the realm of our Lunjati, Palunjati, Athena Loko. That Lokoti Sansaro, Sansaroti Bhavchak Parampara. That which puts a person in the process of a repeated existence again and again. This is called as Lokiya. So consciousness which moves in the realm of Kamavachar, Rupavachar, Arupavachar, they are called as Lokiya Chit. Now a Yogavachar tries to go Lokuttar Chit, that is the beyond of this repeated existence of Bhavchaka Parampara or the Lok. This consciousness is called as Lokuttar Chit. Next slide. You will find that here Lokuttar Chit, they are four in number. So there are two words here, Lok plus Uttara. Lok is Lujjati, Palujjati, Athena Loko. That Lok is in the sense of arising and ceasing of any state, that which comes into existence and that which ceases to become existence. So this is called as, that is the process of law of dependent originations, that whatever the things comes into existence, all things are going to be ceased Yam kinchi samudaya dhammam tam nirodha dhammam ti. So this is the loka. Uttara means uttinam ti uttaro, that is which is beyond of the repeated existence. This is called as lokuttara. There are 8 kinds of rupa. So these are the 4 mag, 4 phal. There are 4 stages of again concentration controlling. They are 4 stages, namely Sotapatti, Mag, Sagatagami Mag, Anagami Mag, and Arhat Mag. And they are four types of phal also. Sotapatti phal, Sagatagami phal, Anagami phal, and Arhat phal. Altogether, it makes 8 kinds of consciousness. So let us discuss one by one that how these 4 mag, Sotapatti, Sagdagami, Anagami, and Lokottar, how 4 types of phala, how they are being performed. Now a Yogavachar finds that his consciousness has been controlled, but still there are some defiling factors or immoral factors which are still existence as a sleeping dormant factors, namely anusay. And they are still existing in the sphere of his repeated existence. And now he tries to remove all these 10 types of fetters. Next slide, you will find that there are 10 kinds of fetters which put a person in the repeated existence again and again. Next slide. So see, there are 10 types of fetters. We will come that what is the sanyojana. Fetters are called as sanyojana. Bandhanati iti sanyojanam. Sanyojan or fetters are those immoral factors which put a person in the repeated existence again and again. This is due to this repeated existence, these sanyojanas, we are coming again and again in this process of repeated existence. They are namely Sakkaya Ditthi, Vichikitsa, Silvat Paramas, Kamarag, Patigarag, Ruparag, Aruparag, Man, Udacha, and Abhijja. These are the 10 kinds of fetters which are putting a person again and again. Lokiya means that is the Kamavachar, Rupavachar, or Rupavachar. Now here a Yogavachar tries to remove these 10 types of fetters. They are called as bandhana. Bandhanati iti sanjayojanam. They are binding a person in this process of repeated existence. In a brief manner, I am giving you the definitions of all 10 types of fetters. First is the Sakkaya Ditthi. Sakkaya Ditthi, Ditthi means false views. Sa means together, Kai means where there is the false views related with there is a permanent entity in the personality of a being. Buddhism does not believe there is a permanent entity in the personality of a being. That is why it is called Sabbe Dhamma Anatta. All things are subject to impermanence. So Buddhism does not believe in the permanent entity in the personality of a being. So whenever there is a false view related with the permanent entity in the personality of a being, and in a Bimalendra we also find that how na het puggalo palapti sankha samaya payati boharo namamattam jadidam nagaseno surseno birseno siyateno, that there is no any pudgal or permanent entity, and for the sake of calling any person we call as a Nagsen, Sursen, Birsen, or Siyasen. So there is no permanent entity in the personality of a being, and that is why Buddha says before the Bajriya Bhikkhuni that is Thahi ang sambhara hoti saddorat hoti evam khandesu hoti sattoti samutti. As the aggregates of the chariots make assemblage of the name of chariot, in the same way the 5 aggregates, namely Rupa Khanda, Vedana Khanda, Sanya Khanda, Sankhar Khanda, Biyaan Khanda, making a personality of a being, there is no permanent entity. So Sakkaya Ditthi is the name of a false views related with the permanent entity in the personality of a being. Second is the Sakkaya Ditthi Vichikitsa. Sathari Kankhati Vichikitshati, Dhamme Kankhati Vichikitshati, Sanghe Kankhati Vichikitshati. Dot related with the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and the 10 types of precepts, this is called as Vichikitsa. Third is the Silabata Paramas. Paramas means wrong notions. Silbat means performing rites and rituals. If I do immoral actions and if I go to the river Ganga and take a bath and think that all my sins have been purified, this type of wrong notions, performing oblation or yajna by thinking that all my sins have been removed. So wrong notions related with performing rites and rituals is called as Silvat Paramas. The fourth is the Kamarag and Patig. Kamarag means that is the attachment related with the sensual pleasure. This is called as, and this is the one of the anusay, that is the dormant or sleeping factors which are in the sleeping stage, and whenever they find time, they become activated. Kamarag and Patig. Patig is also one of the anusay, that is the dormant factor, and Patig is the antipathy or hatred towards others, a desire to harm others. This is called as Patig. Next is the Ruparag and Aruprag. Sorry. Aruprag and Aruprag. Attachment to remain in this 16 kinds of Rupi Brahma kingdom. This is called as Ruparag. And to remain in the 16 kinds of Arupi Brahma kingdom, this is called as Aruprag. Then next is the Man, Udhach and Abhijja. Man is the pride. Say, yo aham asmiti, I am the superior one. No one is equal than me. Everyone is inferior. This type of thinking, no one is equal than me. This type of thinking is called as Man. There are other terms also, Man, Atiman, Abhiman. So here, whenever there is a conceit of mind that I am the superior one, I am the excellent one, no one is equal than me, this is called as a Man. Udhach is a destruction of mind from one place to another place. Iti tado dhavanam of mano, this is called as Udhach. And Avidya is ignorance, that is the Dhamma Sabhav Patichadan Alakkada. Avidya is not knowing the law of dependent originations, not knowing the Four Noble Truth, not knowing the law of conditionality, that is the Dukkhe Ayanam, Dukh Samuday Ayanam, Dukh Nirodham Ayanam, Dukh Nirodha Gamni Patpada Ayanam, Idhapachayata Ayanam, Patis Samuspannesu Dhammesu Ayanam. Not knowing all these, all as ignorance. Now they are very strong. These 10 types of fetters are very strong. It cannot be removed in one stroke. A Yogavachar has to try his excellent effort to remove all this. So first of all, it is called as Sotapati Mag. We have seen there are 4 stages in the last slide. So Sotapati Mag stage, a Yogavachar tries to remove the first 3, Sakkai Dithi, Vichikitsa and Silvat Paramas. These are very strong, and a Yogavachar, when he makes effort to remove these 3 types of fetters, this is called as Sotapati Mag. And whenever he comes to know that all these fetters have been completely removed, this is called as Sotapati Phal. So the Sotapati Mag and Phal. So there are 2 stages. In the Sotapati Mag, he tries to remove the 3 types of fetters, and in the Sotapati Phal stage, he comes to know that all 3 fetters have been removed. Now, next is the second stroke. Second stage is the Sakadagami Mag and Phal. If Yogavachar finds 2, that is the Kamarag and Patig, and these are very strong, it cannot be removed. So Yogavachar tries to weaken these 2 types of fetters, Kamarag and Patig. When he tries to weaken these 2 types of fetters, this is called as Sotapati Mag. And whenever he comes to know that these 2 fetters, Kamarag and Patig, they have been completely weakened, this is called as Sakdagami Phal. Again, in the third stage is Anagami. Anagami Mag and Anagami Phal. In Anagami Mag, the 2 fetters, Kamarag and Patig, those which have become weak, he tries to make completely eradicated. This is called as anagami mag. And in the anagami phala, he comes to know that the kamarag and patig, they have been completely removed. So this is the anagami. The fourth is the arhat mag and arhat phal. So the last 5 fetters, that is the ruparag, aruparag, man, udhach and avidya. These 5 fetters, a Jogabachar tries to remove these 5 fetters in one stroke. And whenever he is trying to remove these 5 fetters, this is called as arhat mag. And whenever he comes to know that these 5 fetters have been completely removed, this is called as arhat phal. And he gets a stage of arhat. So these are the 4 stages here. So see all these Sotapati Magachit, Sagdagami Magachit, Anagami Magachit, and Arhat Magachit. So all they are 4 types of Sotapati, Sagdagami, Anagami, and Arhat, 4 Mag and 4 Phal. So in that way, Jogabachar has completely removed the 10 types of fetters, and in the Arhat Mag, Arhat Phal, he becomes an Arhat, an emancipated person. He has achieved a state of eternal bliss, that is the Nibbana. So this is the 4 stages: Kamavachar, Rupavachar, Arupavachar, and Lokottar. How a Jogabachar has tried to control in Kamavachar Bhumi, and how he has also controlled his consciousness by reviewing the 5 types of Nivarnas in Rupavachar Bhumi, and in Arupavachar Bhumi, a Jogabachar has concentrated on the objects which do not have form and color. And in Lokottar Bhumi, a Jogabachar has completely eradicated or destroyed 10 types of fetters, and he has become an emancipated person. Now, how these 8 becomes 50? Now, there is questions that how these 8 types of Lokottar Chit, 4 Mag and 4 Phal, how they are going to become 40. So, in each stage, that is the Sotapati Mag, now a Jogavachar meditates the 5 types of Jhanangas, namely Vitaka Vichar Piti Sukhekita Sahitam Patham Jhanam, Vichar Piti Sukhekita Sahitam Dutiya Jhanam, Piti Sukhekita Sahitam Tatiya Jhanam, Sukhekagata Sahitam Chatut Jhanam, Upekha Ekagata Sahitam Pancham Jhanam. So in each stage, there are Sotapati Mag. If you see, there is a one stage, there are 5 types of consciousness there. So 4 Mag becomes automatically 20. And 4 Phal, Sotapati Phal, Sagdagami Phal, Anagami Phal, Arhat Phal, they become 20 also. So altogether, Lokottar Chit, which are 80 8 in number, they becomes 40 in number. So let us see another slide. So here, Jogabachar, in each stage, Sotapati, Sagdagami, Anagami, Arhat, in the 4 Mag, 4 Phal, he tries to meditate Vitakka Vichar, Piti, Sukhekta, Saitam, Patham Jhanam. So all these are, so here, see, 5 Sotapati Magachit, 5 there are Sakdagami Magachit. Again, 4, 5 there are Anagami, and 5 Arhat. So next slide you will find here. So see, 5 Anagami and 5 Arhat Mag. So altogether, the 4 types of Sotapati Mag, Sagdagami Mag, Anagami Mag, Arhat Mag, they become 20 in number. And in full stage, all these 5 fetters, if a Jogabachar of concentration, he thinks of the objects of Jhanangas, they also become 20. So altogether, it is coming to 40. There are 4 stages also. Sotapatti, a Yogavachar, if he does not get Nibbana in this very life, he has to come on this earth for the 7 times also. In the Sagdagami stage, if a Yogavachar does not get a state of eternal bliss, he has to come only 1 time to this earth for again getting a state of eternal bliss. In Anagami stage, a Yogavachar has not, there is no need of coming to this earth. He will get a state of eternal bliss in the Suddhavas or Tavtin Saloka, where he is already gone in Anagami stage. And in Arhat, when a person who has become Arhat, there is no need of any coming again on this earth. So this is the 4 stage. Next slide. So come to the text, what we have seen in the Lokuttar Chit. It will be more clear. Lokuttar Chit, if you go through the text, Sotapati Magga Chit, Sagdagami Magga Chit, Anagami Magga Chit, Arhat Magga Chit, Imani Chattari Pi Lokuttar Kusala Chittani. There are 4 types of Lokuttar Chit, namely Sotapati, Sagdagami, Anagami, Arhat Magga. Again, in the next, you will see that Sotapati Falachit, Sagdagami Falachit, Anagami Falachit, Arhat Falachit, Imani Chattaripi Lokuttar Chit Vipaka Chittani. There are resultant which is called as Lokuttar Phala. Ichyev, so now there is a verse, Chatu Mag Pabhedena Chatudha Kusalam Tatha Pakam Tasya Fallatati Atthadha Anuttaram Ti. So Chatu Mag Pavhedena, by the kinds of the 4 Mag, so namely Sotapati Mag, Sagdagami Mag, Anagami Mag, and Arhat Mag, Chatudha Kusal. There are 4 types of Lokuttar Kusal Chit. And Pakam Tasya Fallata, by the resultant of those 4 Sakdagami Fal, Anagami Fal, Sotapati Fal, Sagdagami Fal, Anagami Fal, Arhat Fal, Attadhanuttaram. There are 8 kinds of Lokuttar Chit. Again, now we are going to summarize all the 89 or 121 types of consciousness. When we consider the 40 types of consciousness, it becomes 121 types of consciousness. And when we take only Lokuttar Chit, which are 8 in number, then the number of consciousness are or is only 89, Navasi. So this has been taken, Dwadasa Kusalaneva. So now here we see you, Kusala, Akusala. Akusal are 12 in number. If you remember, yesterday we had seen that Akusala Chit 12 in number, which are 8 Lubhamulak, those Mulak 2, Mohmulak 2, all together. There are 12 types of Akusala Chit. Then Ahechuk Chit, they are 18 in number. Ahetuk Kusal 8, Akusal 7, and Kriya 3, all together 18, and Sohan, which are 24 in number. So this have been summarized in the verse Dwasasa Kusala Neva Kusala Nek Visati. So there are 20 types of Kusala Chit. Chatin Teso Vipakani. There are altogether 36 types of resultant. In Kamavachar, there are 23. In Rupavachar, 5. Arupavachar, 4. And Lokuttar, 4 or 20. So it makes 36 or 52 types of Vipaka Chit. Again, Chatupanyas Kame Rupe Panasiriya Chittani Dwadasa Rupe Atthadha Anuttare. So Chatupanyas, there are 54 types of Kamavachar Chit. Rupe Panasariya, there are 15 types of Rupavachar Chit. Then Chittani Dwadasa Arupe, there are 12 types of Arupa Chit. Atthadha Anuttare, there are 8 kinds of Lokuttar Chit. So these have been also discussed here. So again, we have seen there are planes of existence through which 89 or 121 types of consciousness have been enumerated here. Now we are talking about on the basis of the jati or class. whenever we are, that is the Vedana, that is the yarn, when we are talking the considerations, the all 89 or 121 types of consciousness, they have been classified on the basis of Kusal, Akusal, Vipak and Kriya. So there, all 89 or 121 types of consciousness, they have been divided. Kusala, altogether 20 or 37, Vipak, Akusal 12, Vipak 36 or 52, and Kriya Chitta 20 in number, and Lokuttar 8 or 40. So this is the another way of explaining the 89 or 121 types of consciousness. We have already discussed the what is Kusala, what is Akusala, what is Vipak and Kriya Chitta. So on the basis of they have been enumerated here. Next slide. Here again, on the basis of, there is another classifications. If you see that Kusal, there are 4, Akusal 4. So here Arupa Vachar, all the Arupa Vachar Chitta, which are 12 in number, they have been enumerated. If you see that Kusal 4, Akusal, there is no any, only in the Rupa Vachar we are having Kusal, Vipak and Kriya. 5 Kusal, 5 Vipak and 5 Kriya. There is no Akusal. So Akusal, there is absence. So altogether there are 12 types of Rupa Vachar Chitta. Next is Lokuttar Chitta. Here you will see that Kusal, there are 4 and it becomes 20. 4 Sotapati Mag, Sagdagami Mag, Anagami Mag and Arhat Mag. Phal, when we take it, Sotapati Phal, Sagdagami Phal, Anagami Phal and Arhat Phal, they become all together 4, 4 or 20, 20, all together 8 or 40. Next slide. Kimma or Athva. Kimba, it is a Marathi word. Kimba. Athva. Okay. So here altogether, when we are taking the Sohan Chitta, altogether Sohan Chitta, all 89 or 121 types of consciousness, if you take all together in Kama Vachar Bhumi, Rupa Vachar Bhumi, Arupa Vachar Bhumi and Lokuttar, so the number of in the Kama Vachar there are 24. Kama Vachar Kusal, Vipak and Kriya 8. That is the Somanasa Sagatam Yan Sampayutam Asankarikam Sasankarikam Somanasa Sagatam Yan Vipayutam Asankarikam Sasankarikam and Upekha Sagatam Asankarikam Sasankarikam Upekha Sagatam Yan Vipayutam Asankarikam Sasankarikam. So 8 Kusal, 8 Vipak, 8 Kriya. Altogether in Kama Vachar there are 24. In Rupa Vachar there are 15. That is the Vitaka Vichar Piti Sukikta Saitam Patam Jhanam, Dutiya Jhanam, Titiya Jhan, Tatiya Jhan, Chatutta Jhan, Pancham Jhan. 5 Kusal, 5 Vipak and 5 Kriya. Altogether there are 15. In Arupa Vachar, Akasa Inchaitan, Biyan Inchaitan, Akinchaitan, Nev Sanya, Na Sanya Aitan. 4 Kusal, 4 Vipak, 4 Kriya. Altogether there are 12. And in Lokuttar, 4 Mag and 4 Phal. And in another way, they become 20, 20. So it becomes 40. So this is the 89 or 191. These are the Sobhan Chittas. If you add 12 types of consciousness, it will become the letters. This is the 59, not 89. 59 and 91. These are out of 89. There are 59 types of consciousness which are called beautiful Sohana. And out of 121, there are 91 types of consciousness which are called as Sohana Chitta. Next slide. Paki. Paki means out of 89. Out of 89. Okay, so this is the chart of Chetsikaj. We are not going. So this is, now you come to the text. the last 2-3 verses which are coming here. So what we have discussed just now, if you go through, इत्थन को बुद्धि पभेदम वन मानसम एक विश्व सतम ताव विभजंती विचक्षणा, that how 89 types of consciousness they are becoming 121 types of consciousness. So detail has been given that कथ एकम मन बुद्धि विधम चित्तम एक विषम एक विसति सतम होती, that how 89 types of consciousness becomes 121. So here vitakka vichar piti sukhikata sahitam patham jhanam, vichar piti sukhikata sahitam dutiya jhanam, all the 5 types of jhanangas they have written. Imani pi sotapatti magga chittani nama tatha sagdagami again. So here it is said that they become समचत्तालिस लोकुत्तर चित्तानी नाम. Altogether there are 40 types of lokuttar chitta, and this has been summarized in the verse काम ध्यानंग योग भेदेन कत्व एकम एकम तु पंचधा बुच्चता अनुत्तरम चित्तम चत्तालिस विधमति. That on the basis of the jhanangas, vitak vichar piti sukhikta sahitam patham jhan dutiya jhan tatiya jhan, एक एकक, that patham jhana dutiya jhana tatu. So whatever we have seen, sotapatti marg, sagdagami marg, anagami marg and arhat marg, and in the phalk stage also, if you take one by one, then it becomes panchada muchata anudaram chittam, and whatever it has been said, only 8 types of lokuttar chit, chattalis vidhamti. Altogether there are 40 types of lokuttar chit. Again, it has been said that jatha cha rupa vachar गह्या अंतरम तथा पठम आदि ध्यान भेदेन आरोपम चीज पंचमे. Accordingly, in Rupavachar, Bhumi, and after taking the Lokuttara Chit, Patham Ati Jhen Bhedena, by the way of the Patham Jhana, Dutiya Jhana, Tatiya Jhana, Chatutta Jhana, Pancham Dhan, Arup, that is the Arup consciousness, Arupavachar, Bhumi, Panchame, that is Upekha Sahagatam, उपेक्षा एकगता सहितम पंचम झानम. So this is the arupam cham panchame ekadas vidham tasma pathma adi iktaram. So in the rupavachar there are 3 types of consciousness which are having all the 5, and in the lokuttar there are 8. Altogether it becomes 11. So ekadas vidham tasma pathma adikam mitaram jhanakam mante tu te bisati vidhamti, and altogether there are 23 types of jhanang which are coming out of rupavachar and lokuttar chit. And then altogether satatins vidham punyam, there are 37. If you take 121 types of consciousness, in out of 89 there are only 21 types of moral consciousness, that is the kusala chitta. But if we take 121, then it becomes 37. सततिंस विधम पुण्य द्विपयास विधम तथा पाकम मिच्चाहो चित्तारि एक वितम विधम. So altogether there are 121 types of consciousness. Iti Abhidhammatthasan gaha chitta sangaho vibhago namo. So this is the end of the first chapter, namely chitta sangaha, that is the exposition of the 89 or 121 types of consciousness. So if you have question, you can ask. We are still having time. Our time is, so we are still having time, 15 minutes. So these 15 minutes are for interactions, or if you have any doubt, questions related with 89 types of consciousness or 121 types of consciousness, you can ask. Or other questions also related with Chetsik, Psyche, Roop or Nibbana. Lamu. क्या बोलना चाह रही हो बोलो.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the beautiful insight on the chapter. Sir, just wondering that whatever you have taught, that whenever a meditator concentrate on any object, so it looks like it's sequential. So
Others also.
okay. So I have to go. Okay. So for me, it looks like that when we go through Kama Loka or Rupa Vachak and Arupa Vachak, so it's like that the meditator is concentrating on an object very sequentially. Like if you go through for concentration that you said in Arupa Vachak, infinite space, infinite consciousness, and then four concentration level in Arupa Vachak.
In Arupa with a
Four, yeah.
Beyond and Chaitan.
Yes. So I. Okay, sir. So it's like that. Concentration have a meditator have to concentrate on the level. First, we have to eradicate the infinite space. The first one, Akash. Yes. Then second one, and then third one.
Beyond.
Yes, consciousness. So I was just wondering if, like we have studied now that we have to first eradicate the space and then consciousness. So I was just wondering, can we skip the first two section or something like? Can a meditator skip the first two? Yeah. Yes.
Whether it is possible or not.
Oh yeah, whether it is
depends
possible.
on the level of the consciousness. That what a yoga vachar has.
Okay.
It is not necessary. Suppose a person is already in Kama Vachar Chitta, but he does not need to remove the 5 types of hindrances. He can go directly to a Rupa Vachar.
Oh, so
it depends that how much your consciousness is purified. It depends upon the resultant of your actions also, that how much consciousness or your consciousness is.
Okay, so
you can go directly to beyond or directly to live anasayai.
Okay, so is there any term for such person?
First of all, yoga tries to concentrate on the open sky. First of all, a yoga tries to concentrate on that there is a sky which is infinite. There is no any limit of the sky. So in that way, he thinks of the object, but still he finds that there are things which cannot be taken together as a object. Then he thinks of his beyond consciousness, and then he goes to the third. Otherwise, if there is no need of infinite consciousness, he can go to directly to beyond or anantaka, that is the akincha aitan or nivsyana aitan. यहाँ आ जाइए तो कुछ वो लोग भी सुन लेंगे, काम कर रहा है।
मैम हो जाएगा वहीं कल।
हेलो, हाँ सर, एक चीज पूछना था। पहले तो सबसे पहले जो ध्यानंग है, ध्यानंग इज ध्यानंग, राइट? टाइप्स ऑफ स्टेजेस ऑफ कंसंट्रेशन. सो देयर आर 5 टाइप्स ऑफ stages of concentration basically. वितक्त, विचार, पीति, सुख, एकाग्रता. सो एक जैसे प्रथम में आपने कहा वितक्त, विचार, पीति, सुख, एकाग्रता सहितम प्रथम ध्यानम. अच्छा. Patham Dhyanam. Yeah. All together. Yeah. Then so my question is, if I was getting that right, Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata, Sahitam, Pathat Dhyanam. Okay. Then Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata, Sahitam, Dvitiya Dhyanam. Then Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata, Sahitam, Tritiya Dhyanam. And then Piti is also not there. Sukha, Ekaggata, Sahitam, Chaturtha Dhyanam. And then how... सर ये वही तो हमको नहीं समझ आया कि उपेक्षा फिर कहाँ से आ गया, क्योंकि 1 by 1 आई एम एलिमिनेटिंग एवरीथिंग एंड ऑल ऑफ सडन आई गॉट उपेक्षा. सो वेयर इट केम फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ सडन?
Neither moral nor immoral.
Upeksha. Yeah, upeksha.
Where there is the samata bhav, that is called. So upekha is the stage of arupa. There is a third bhumi that is called as arupa vachar bhumi. So in the third stage, all the 4 Akash and Chaitan, Beyond and Chaitan, Akincha Aitan, Nev Sanya, Na Sanya Aitana, these are having upekha, that is the indifferent feeling. Here a Yogavachar has indifferent feeling. So fifth stage of Rupavachar is also having upekha, that is the indifferent feeling, and when it is associated with the one-pointedness of the consciousness, this is called as upekha ekaggata.
ओके सर, एक्चुअली मुझे दिक्कत ये थी कि मुझे लग रहा था कि वन बाय वन एक एलिमिनेट कर रहे हैं, तो
हाँ,
फिफ्थ पंचम
हाँ।
ध्यानम शुड बी एकाग्रता सहितम ओनली.
ठीक है, वो
But
आपका
I-
क्वेश्चन सही है, लेकिन उपेक्षा इज द स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट ऑफ अरूपावचर चित्त.
अच्छा.
So it comes to our Rupavachar, the last stage. And whenever there is the ekag bhavo or ekodi bhavo, when there is the one pointedness, there is the need of indifferent, upekha. Upekha, there is neither pleasant feeling nor unpleasant feeling. So a Yogavachar must have indifferent feeling. That is associated with ekaggata.
into the
Arupavachar state.
Arupavachar,
Yes.
and from the Rupavachar, then all of a sudden this upekha came into the
Yes.
picture, right,
Yes,
sir?
yes.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
That is
Which is all-
upekha is the stage of entering into the Rupavachar, entry bhumi. And until unless we do not have indifferent feeling, we cannot enter into the Rupavachar chitta or bhumi. Next.
निवरण और संयोजन, इन दोनों का आपने अर्थ बताया था, बट सर उसके बाद एक शब्द लगा हुआ था पहानम. व्हाट दिस पहानम मींस?
पहान का मतलब होता है प्रहान करना, डिस्ट्रॉय करना, डिस्ट्रक्शन, डिस्ट्रॉय.
सो पहान इज प्रहार,
प्रहान, प्रहान.
प्रहार,
हाँ.
डिस्ट्रक्शन. ओके, थैंक यू सर.
और कोई क्वेश्चन? हाँ.
Okay.
Tell again. हाँ, tell again. हाँ.
So there is so many kind of upekha chitta. Upekha.
हाँ, yes, yes. हाँ.
Upekha chitta.
हाँ, हाँ. There are altogether.
In the Kamasobana,
हाँ.
there is upekha chitta. In the Rupa, Arupa, Lokutara, there is upekha chitta.
हाँ.
So is there any difference among this state of chitta?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
हाँ.
So if there is a difference among this of chitta state, so what the difference among this state?
Okay, let
Upekha,
us see.
upekha,
हाँ.
upekha.
So
Thank
we know there are 5 types of feeling. That is the somanasa vedana, sukha vedana, dukha vedana, domanasa vedana, and upekha vedana. So there are 5 types of feeling, and vedana is that which is being experienced by touching anything. Sa vedeti ti vedana. So vedana, whenever any object is being touched with any 6 kinds of objects, namely Roop, Sad, Gandha, Rasa, and Potabba, and Dhammayatana Asul. So there is the arising of feeling. So whenever any pleasant feeling which is being experienced by our body as well as mind, this is called as Somanasa Sukha Vedana. Somanasa. And whenever there is only pleasant feeling, like sensual pleasure, the pleasant feeling which is being experienced by only body, this is called as Sukha Vedana. Somanas is body as well as mind also. In the same way, we are having Dukha Vedana and Domanasa Vedana. Whenever there is a physical unpleasant feeling, that is the suffering, that is called as Dukha Vedana. And whenever there is a unpleasant feeling which is being experienced by body as well as mind, this is called as Domanasa Vedana. And lastly, there is the Upekha Vedana, that where there is no any pleasant feeling which is being experienced by body and mind, or unpleasant feeling, that is called as Samatha. That is the which does not have any feeling of pleasant and unpleasant feeling. So here in the Kusala Chitta also we are having, there are eight types of Kama Vacha Sahetuka Chitta. So we see Somanasa Sahagatam, Yan Sampayutam, Asankharikam, Sasankharikam. So we have given the examples also that how a small boy with having, you can say, pleasant feeling that I am going to give something to the beggar or vikhu, and he feels that is the Somanasa Sahagatam, Yana Sampayutam, and he knows that there is a merit by giving something to someone. So this is the Yana Sampayutam. And a small boy, he who does not know that what is the benefit of the merit, he does not know. That is called as Yana Vipayuttam. So this is called as, in the same way, Upekha Sahagatam, Yana Sampayuttam, Asankharikam, Sasankharikam. So here a Yogavachar has Upekha, that is the indifferent feeling. He does not have any pleasant feeling, that is the Somanasa Sahagatam, or Dukha Sahagatam, or Domanasa Sahagatam. So in that way, Upekha Sahagatam. So altogether, out of 121 types of consciousness, we are having 55 types of consciousness which are associated with Upekha, that is the indifferent feeling. Okay, and there are and there are Sukha Vedana. Altogether, there are 63 types of consciousness which are associated with pleasant feeling experienced by body and mind. So out of 121, there are 63 types of consciousness which are associated. Now, in the stage of Upekha here Upekha is not as a, you can say, feeling, but here in the Upekha Ekagata Sahitam Pancham Jhanam, here Upekha is Samata Bhav, that neither Vitak nor Vichar nor Piti nor Sukha, only there is the indifferent feeling. Indifferent, that there is no Vitak, no Vichar, no Piti, no Sukha, no Ekagata. So now a Yogavachar is going to the realm of Arupavachar. Arupe Avacharati iti Arupavachar. So in that stage is, that is the Akasan Chaitan, Bhyanan Chaitan, Akincha Aitan, Nevsanya, Nasanya Aitana. This is called as indifferent. So a Yogavachar has to not to experience any one of the Vitakta, Vichar, Piti, Sukha, Gita, or any types of Somanas Sagata or Dukh Sagata. Then he moves to Arupavachar. Is it clear? Every creation. Yes. Natural. It has been also defined Mudhajanesu Apekha. Suppose there is a mad person or fool person. He does not know that what is the bad or what is the good. So Mudhajanesu, among the fool persons, what the feeling has, it is compared with the Upekha. That is called as indifferent feeling. We cannot say good or bad. It is indifferent. Indifferent. No, they do not have, they indifferent. They do not have a lobha dosa moha. Upekha is only, you can say, in the case of a small boy or something like that. He does not know. He is the indifferent feeling.
So sir, as I know now, if some boy, they don't have knowledge to understand whether this is a bad or good, it's not good, sir. It's a bad, because he or she has a moha, ignorant. So he has knowledge to understand good or bad. It's a bad. If someone don't have knowledge to understand whether it's good or bad, it's a bad. There's a moha inside. So how can it can be not good, not bad?
No, see.
So
Ah.
there's a and so there's a. I try to understand. If someone don't understand this is a good or bad, this is a bad girl. That this is a bad sir, because you don't know which is bad or good. There's a moha inside. If you say this is natural, we can say there's a bad or good. I don't know how to say that.
No, that
So-
is ignorance. Moha
Huh?
is ignorance.
Yeah, because
He
they
does.
know whether it's bad or good. There's a bad.
So
If
moha,
you don't know whether it's bad or good, it's a bad, sir. Yes,
no,
it's a bad.
no. See,
If you know this is a morality or immorality, there's a good.
No.
If you don't know this is a moral, immoral, it's a bad.
no,
Because
we
you
are
cannot
understand. Classifying the consciousness in 89 types of consciousness or 121 types of consciousness. In that way, upekha, sahakatam, yan sampayutam, asankharikam. So if a boy does by himself anything, that is called as asankharikam, and whenever he is instigated or he is asked to perform something, then this is called as sasankharikam. So in that way it is instigated, and if that is the innocent, you can say, a boy does some immoral actions, that is, you can say, and a small boy laughs also, that is called as innocent laughter. So some of the things which are inherent in his character or in his consciousness, so due to that he performs his actions. So moha here acts a lobha dosa moha. Whenever we are talking about any, you can say, lobha and dosa, if lobha is being performed, dosa is also associated with that. And when those performs, moha is also associated with that. And moha functions alone. Moha is not knowing the nature of the reality. That is the ignorance. He does not know the Four Noble Truth. He does not know the bad actions or the good actions. So in that way, that is called as ignorance.
There is a teaching, sir. If you don't know the heat of the fire, and then you touch it, the fire, the effect more dangerous than you know the heat of the fire. So it's same. If you don't know whether it's good or bad, and then you do just a do, it's a bad, sir. And upeka isn't like that, nah. Upeka is the state when you know whether it's good or bad. You know, upeka as I know.
No, upekha is associated with that. For arhat, there is only kriya chitta. And kriya chitta also, there is a upekha there also. No. For arhat, there are 20. Mahakusal are 8 in number, and there are 8 types of resultant also, and there are 8 types of kriya chitta also. That is called as maha kriya chitta. That is meant for only arhat. So mahakusal is for general persons, and if a person does the moral actions, that is the sahetuk kamavachar kusal chitta. Any आ जाइए इधर.
धन्यवाद सर. सर मेरा प्रश्न ये था कि जो चित्त को भूमि, जाति, संप्रयोग, वेदना और में विभाजित किया गया, तो ये संयुक्त रूप से है चित्त की, ये विभेद इसका है, या इसके अलावा भी कुछ चित्त है? और क्या इसको पंच स्कंद की तरह ले सकते हैं, मतलब उसी तरह से समझेंगे? और संज्ञा शब्द का सर क्या मतलब तात्पर्य होता है, ये था जी. धन्यवाद.
जहां तक पंच स्कंद है हमारा, रूप स्कंद, वेदना स्कंद, संज्ञा स्कंद, संस्कार स्कंद और विज्ञान स्कंद। ये 5 स्कंद है। ये पांचों स्कंद मिलकर एक मानव शरीर की रचना करते हैं ये। लेकिन जहां तक हम ये वेदना यान संस्कार की जो बात कर रहे थे, यहाँ पर संस्कार वेदना यान के हम जो कर्म कर रहे हैं, कुशल कर्म या अकुशल कर्म, उसके अनुसार हम चित्त की विभाजन कर रहे हैं। जो चित्त हमारे जितने भी 89 प्रकार के या 121 प्रकार के जो चित्त हैं, दे आर नथिंग बट दे आर एक्शंस। इसलिए कल भी हम बोल रहे करण मत्तम ती चित्तम, जो चित्त है हमारा एक तरह से क्रिया मात्र के रूप में है। और दूसरे रूप में हम इसको बतलाए थे कि ऑल द मैनिफेस्टेशंस ऑफ एक्शंस आर बीइंग परफॉर्म्ड बाय आवर कॉन्शसनेस। इसलिए कहा जाता है कि जितने भी हमारे मन के साथ संप्रयुक्त धर्म है, वह एक तरह से चित्त के साथ मतलब निर्धारित किए जाते हैं, और चित्त इसमें सबसे अग्रगामी कहा जाता है। इसलिए धम्म पद में भी कहा जाता है कि मनोपुमंगमा धम्मा। यहाँ पर धर्म का और धम्मा का जो अर्थ है वह 52 प्रकार के चैतसिकों से कहा जाता है, जिसमें वेदना एक, संज्ञा एक, संस्कार एक। ये हमारा जो 3 प्रकार के चैतसिक हैं, जो वेदना एक और संज्ञा एक और 52 प्रकार के जो संस्कार संखार जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं, ये 52 प्रकार के चैतसिक जो चित्त के साथ युक्त रहते हैं, चित्त के साथ उत्पन्न होते हैं और चित्त के साथ ही निरुद्ध होते हैं। इसलिए चैतसिक की भी परिभाषा दी गई है कि एकुपाद निरोधाचा एकालंबन वतुका चेतो युक्ता दो पयास चेतसिका मता। ये 52 प्रकार के चैतसिक जितने भी उत्पन्न होते हैं चित्त के साथ ही है, और इसमें चित्त के अगुआ के रूप में माने जाते हैं। तो यहाँ पर जो वेदना ज्ञान और संस्कार का रूप में वो एक तरह से एक्शन यानी कर्म के आधार पर चित्त का विभाजन किया गया है। जहां पर पंच स्कंद की बात करते हैं, वहां पर संज्ञा की जो परिभाषा दी गई है कि नील पीत भेदेने आदि संजनाति इति संज्ञा, कि कोई काला है या नीला है या पीला है, कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट, रूप शब्द गंध रस पटब्ब, इसके को जानने की प्रक्रिया जो है उसको हम संज्ञा के रूप में कहते हैं। कि किसी भी रूप की जो परिभाषा दी गई है कि रूपति ति रूपम, दैट विच चेंजेस इटसेल्फ एट एवरी मोमेंट। रूप की परिभाषा अभिधम्मत्थासन में जो दी गई है, या अभिधम्म पिटक के पहले ग्रंथ में धम्म संगनी में, चत्तारो च महाभूता चतुन्नम च महाभूतानम उपादाय इदम बुच्यति सब्बम रूपम। 4 महाभूत पृथ्वी आपो तेजो वायो, और इन चारों से उत्पन्न 24 प्रकार के उपादा रूप, इसको हम कहते हैं रूप। यहाँ पर जो वेदना है वो वेदना एक तरह से सा वेदेती थी वेदना, जो 5 प्रकार के वेदना की बात की कि वहां पर वेदना। और संज्ञा जो है किसी भी आलम्बन के नीला पीला या उजला, इसकी जो जानकारी होती है वह हम एक तरह से संज्ञा के द्वारा करते हैं हम लोग। और मेंटल डिस्पोजिशन जो हमारे 50 प्रकार के हैं, वह संस्कार 50 प्रकार के उसमें कहे जाते हैं। और विज्ञान की परिभाषा दी गई है कि बीजानाति यथो, जानने के अर्थ में या जानना इसका लक्षण है, वह दूसरे रूप में हम चित्त कहते हैं। ये जो हमारा जो पंचस्कंद है, ये पंचस्कंद ही, ये रूप वेदना संज्ञा संस्कार और विज्ञान, इन 5 स्कंधों से हमारा यह मानव शरीर बना हुआ है। दूसरे वर्गीकरण के अनुसार हम कह सकते हैं कि यह हमारा मानव शरीर चित्त चैतसिक रूप से बना हुआ है। चित्त का 89 प्रकार के विज्ञान हो गए हमारा, और वेदना संज्ञा और संखार ये हमारा एक तरह से 52 प्रकार के चैतसिक कहलाए। तो चित्त चैतसिक रूप के रूप में, रूप जो 28 प्रकार के जो बतलाए, 4 महाभूत और 24 प्रकार के उपादा रूप। दूसरे शब्दों में हम लोग कहते हैं कि यह हमारा मानव शरीर 12 आयतन, जो हमारे 6 इंद्रिय हैं, 6 आयतन हैं और 6 विज्ञान हैं। तो जो 12 प्रकार के आयतनों से हमारा यह मानव शरीर बना हुआ है। एक वर्गीकरण के अनुसार यह हमारा शरीर जो है 18 धातुओं से बना हुआ है, 18 एलिमेंट्स से, 6 इंद्रिय, 6 आयतन और 6 विज्ञान, चक्षु विज्ञान, सोत विज्ञान, घ्राण विज्ञान, जिह्वा विज्ञान, काय विज्ञान, मनोविज्ञान, ये सब मिलाकर 18 प्रकार के विज्ञानों से हमारा शरीर यह बना हुआ है। तो इसकी परिभाषा अलग अलग है। उस विज्ञान को आप इस चित्त में नहीं संज्ञा को नहीं जोड़ सकते हैं। और कोई क्वेश्चन? हाँ हाँ, ये पंच स्कंद में बतला रहे हैं कि पंच स्कंद में नाम और रूप दो शब्द हुआ, ठीक है। तो रूप को आप हटा दें सर, ठीक है। रूप के बाद हम चार पाते हैं, ठीक है। वेदना, संज्ञा, संखार और विज्ञान, ठीक है। चार पा रहे हैं। विज्ञान 89 प्रकार के चित्त हो गए, और फिर तीन बचा, वेदना, संज्ञा, संखार। वेदना एक, संज्ञा एक, और 50 प्रकार के संखार हो गए। ये 52 प्रकार के चित्त कहलाए। तो इस रूप में हम कह सकते हैं, और रूप अलग हो गया। रूप 28 प्रकार के रूप हो गए कि चार महाभूत और ये। तो जब हम कहेंगे मैन इज ए कंपोजिशन ऑफ माइंड एंड मैटर, तो यहाँ पर माइंड और मैटर को हम, माइंड को यहाँ पर नाम कहते हैं। नाम की परिभाषा दी गई है कि वेदना खंडो, संज्ञा खंडो, संखार खंडो, विज्ञान खंडो, असंख्यता च धातु इदम बुच्यति नामम। नाम मतलब जो है वेदना, संज्ञा, संखार और विज्ञान, इन चारों को मिलाकर विज्ञान नाम कहा जाता है। और रूप जो है चार महाभूत और 24 प्रकार के उपादा रूप, ये 28 प्रकार के रूप कहलाते हैं। दूसरे प्रकार से रूप की जो परिभाषा दी गई है कि यम किंची रूपम अतीत अनागत पचपन्नम व अजहत्तम व बहिता व ओलारकम व सुखमम व हीनम व पणितम व तद गज्जम अभिसहित्वा इदम बुच्यति रूपम। पांच प्रकार के रूप का वर्गीकरण वहां पर किया गया है। अतीत रूप, वर्तमान रूप, पचपन्न रूप, और फिर हीन रूप, पणित रूप, अजहतिक रूप, अजहतिक, माने पांच प्रकार से इसका अलग से डिवीजन किया गया है। तो इस प्रकार से रूप का अलग अलग ढंग से वर्गीकरण किया गया है। हाँ, एक और कोई प्रश्न पूछ? हाँ, not disturbance, they are called as a fetters, संयोजन। हाँ,
say that it is related to the performance of the rituals and ceremonies that we are thinking that it will.
सील बत परामास।
Yeah.
Yes.
So why we are thinking that it is like wrong thinking of performance, the rituals, and our sin will be deleted?
Buddhism does not believe in God or Almighty God, anything, creator. When we do not think that there is a Almighty God or there is a creator, everything is dependent on your action. Buddhism does not believe that you perform oblation or you do puja or any worshipping. This is called as wrong notions. That seal brat, performing rites and rituals, making fast, making any worshipping to the Almighty God. So in that way, it has been treated as wrong notions, and this is treated as one of the factors, and it is putting you in the process of repeated existence again and again. When you have the faith in Almighty God, when you have the faith that there is a creator who has created this earth, then it is a bandhana. It is called as sanyojana, which are putting you in this process of repeated existence. And this has been treated as, you can say, paramas, wrong notions. There is no any binding for other religions also. For in Mahayan traditions also, the worshipping our gods and itself. So there is a impact of this Hinduism or other religions in Buddhism also. But in reality or in theory, Buddhism doesn't believe in the concept of creator or Almighty God. And thinking of that or performing rites and rituals, it has been treated as one of the sanyojana, that you are coming into this process of repeated existence again and again.
सर ये पूछना था कि लोकोत्तर चित्त की जब हम बात कर रहे हैं, जो सोतापत्ति, सकदागामी, अनागामी, अरहत, इसमें मग्ग चित्त, फल चित्त दोनों की बात आती जा रही है, फिर अचानक से रीबर्थ के डेफिनेट नंबर्स की बात होती है कि जो
हाँ, सोतापत्ति में 7 बार आना पड़ेगा। हाँ, 7 बार आना पड़ेगा।
सकदागामी में 1 बार और अनागामी में 1 भी बार नहीं, और लास्ट में अरहत में तो जरूरत ही नहीं है, सो नो नीड। तो सर एग्जैक्टली ये मतलब इसका फिलोसॉफिकल इंसाइट इसके बिहाइंड क्या है? कैसे एग्जैक्ट नंबर कैसे पता कि 7 ही बार रीबर्थ होगा? ये आगे आने वाले चैप्टर्स में इसके बारे में कुछ सर फिलोसॉफिकल इंसाइट है, या बस ऐसे डिस्क्राइब कर दिया गया है कि 7 बार यहाँ होगा, 1 बार वहां होगा? कुछ लॉजिक इसके बारे में सर समझ में नहीं आया। तो
इसमें तो लॉजिक यही है कि बुद्धिज्म डज नॉट बिलीव
Any
इन
permanent soul, yeah.
परमानेंट सोल,
नहीं है,
बट
exactly.
बुद्धिज्म बिलीव्स इन रीबर्थ।
Exactly.
रीबर्थ तो होना ही
Yeah.
है, जो पुनर्जन्म है ही।
हम्म,
तो रीबर्थ में भी यही कहा जा रहा है कि यही नाम रूप हमारा जन्म लेता है।
हम्म।
जो पिछले जन्म में नाम रूप था, माइंड मैटर जो भी है वो हमारा जन्म लेगा। लेकिन जब हमारा पहले स्टेज में, सोतापत्ति स्टेज में, सक्काय दिट्ठी, विचिकित्सा, सिलवत, परामास, जो 3 हमारे फेटर्स हैं, इनको वह दूर करता है। और दूर करने के बाद वह जब सोतापत्ति की स्टेज में चला जाता है, तो वह जब तक निर्वाण को प्राप्त नहीं कर पा रहा है, तब तक उसको 7 बार यहाँ पर आना पड़ेगा। और ये बताना किसी भी मनुष्य के लिए या जोगावचर के लिए बड़ा कठिन है कि हम किस स्टेज में हैं, इन विच स्टेज, whether I am in Sotapatti mug stage or Sagdagami mug stage and or in Arhat meg. It is very difficult to determine. No one can say that I have destroyed the Kama Tanha, Bhav Tanha and Vibhav Tanha. Those even who are practicing Vipassana also, and they are saying that I have controlled my anger or something. But whenever the times comes, the anger comes from him inside also. So it is not by saying, no one can say, and this stage is unexpressible. Whether a stage of Arhat or Sotapatti Mag or Sagdagami Mag or Arhat Mag, this is not expressible or not determined. No one can say that I am in the stage of Sakadagami or Sotapatti or in Arhat Mag. It is only experiencing by a Yogavachar himself. And he has to think that in which stage he has completed, how much fetters he has already removed, and how many fetters are still to be eliminated or destroyed. So only the Yogavachar can understand. Even Yogavachar cannot express himself that I have got the Arhatship. He also cannot claim it.
So let's suppose, sir, that the Yogavachar has reached to the Sotapatti Magga Chitta stage. Then how he would know that exactly 7 numbers of rebirth I need to get liberated from this Bhava Sagar? Because maybe sir next birth में वो इतना meditation कर सकता है, या maybe through attaining the knowledge he can get liberated or he can achieve salvation.
Yes, it can.
My question is that where this exact number of 7 comes from? Like, and what is the logic behind it?
Well,
whether it is just
only
said
in
for
the,
saying
only
sake
in
or...
the text it has been mentioned, but no one can definitely say that a person has really to come 7 times on this birth.
या बिकॉज सर बहुत सारे जो स्पिरिचुअल सेक्ट्स हैं या बहुत सारे योगीज हैं, लाइक हम लोग कंटेम्प्रेरी इंडियन फिलोसफी में श्री अरविंदो को भी पढ़ते हैं, तो वो बताते हैं कि हर एक स्टेज में हम इवॉल्व कर रहे हैं। तो हम नेक्स्ट बर्थ हमें चाहिए, क्योंकि हम जहाँ पे अभी इस बर्थ में हमारा डेथ होता है, तो नेक्स्ट बर्थ हमारा इसी लेवल से शुरू होगा, नीचे नहीं जाएंगे हम, तो यहाँ से फिर से शुरू होगा। तो एग्जैक्टली तो कोई नहीं बता सकता ना कि नेक्स्ट बर्थ में हम कितना अचीव करेंगे। तो ये 7 कैसे ये कह रहे हैं कि 7 बार में आप नेक्स्ट लेवल में पहुंच जाएंगे? दिस इज द क्वेश्चन।
7 है मैक्सिमम टाइम्स। हम हो सकता है कि ये पहली बार ही आए उसी में हम प्राप्त कर लें। मैक्सिमम टाइम इज 7।
Yeah, so exactly this was my question. Yeah.
This is the, suppose that he has died at the Sotapatti Magga stage, but next time he is coming, maybe that in the next stage he can get it.
Resume from that level only.
For only maximum limit is 7 times.
Okay.
And for Sakdakami, the maximum limit is 1.
And
or for anagami, that he has not come back again to this earth.
yeah,
This is the maximum time,
yeah. Fine, sir.
not
Thank
beyond or 7.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Any more? हाँ. Even बुद्ध की जो माँ है महामाया, she was in Suddhavas, and when Buddha preached Abhidhamma to her mother, she got only arhatship by hearing the teachings of the Buddha, or Kusala Dhamma, Abhyakata Dhamma. So at the one stroke, she got the arhatship. So that shows the your level of purification of your consciousness, that how much it has got purified.
Respected participants, it is my humble request, please maintain the decorum and do not talk. Right? It is disturbing to the speaker. Thank you.
क्या है ना? हाँ, तलाबेश्वर नहीं, only one sir, only sir, हाँ, तलाबेश्वर, दंत sir, हाँ, there is no talabeshwar, no, only that is why there are only 41 or 43 letters. In Sanskrit we are having more than 52. हाँ. Mangala, ka kha ga anga, Mangala, Vanana is
Okay, so now we can't take any more questions. Thank you so much, sir, for really delineating at length the textual reading of the chapter 1. So today, Professor Bimalendra Kumar has completed chapter 1, and he will be meeting us again on 90th and 20th for delivering his lecture on chapter 8. So thank you so much, sir, for taking such a painstaking task to teach the chapter-wise text. Now, Professor H.S. Shukla has arrived. Sir. Thank you.
So today we have Professor H.S. Shukla.